Hello, how are you?
I'm very good, Shahin. How are you?
I'm pretty well.
Great. And have you had a busy week?
Yes, lately I'm working a lot.
So is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Obviously, working is a good thing, but sometimes I'm overwhelmed due to busy schedule and so many things, jumping
Mm.
from this work to this work, this work to this work. But I think it's good to work because for future progress.
Yeah, for sure. And it's a lot better for people, I think, to keep your mental health stimulated and
Yes.
helps us all. And was there anything that you wanted to do today?
I think last lesson is remain. We haven't completed it.
The last lesson,
Recycling.
recycling. That's
I
right.
Is it remain or it was finished?
I can't actually remember. Let me just have a look. Did I write it down? No, I said we did it, but I'm not sure. Let me just look and see where we got to. It was caring for
Okay.
our planet,
Okay.
and then it was recycling, wasn't it?
Yes.
Right. So where did we get to?
I don't know where was it. Yeah.
And we did.
Yes. In which I try to search this lesson, but I didn't get it. So can
Hmm.
you message me this in my message
Yeah.
box? I'll review it.
Right. So we'll do this. We didn't get to this bit about compost, did we?
No.
Let me see. We definitely did. We definitely did all that bit.
Uh, no, I just talk on recycling, but
Hmm.
I had read this only for you, but after that everything was remained.
Right. So we just talked after that about recycling.
Yes,
And now,
I've uploaded your video.
all right. Hmm, I may watch it. So,
You watched it?
no, I'm not very keen to see myself on screen.
Why?
I don't know. It's just I'm the sort of person I hate having photos taken. Um,
Why?
I'm never comfortable with seeing myself. I don't know. I just I don't think I've ever seen a photo of myself that I liked. So,
It's means I think it's something you are different from others because females they always tend to take their selfies and make videos and
yes.
doing something.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm sort of odd in that respect. It's not something I enjoy. But if you look on my phone, most of my photos will be scenery. And
Okay.
I should get used to it at some point in my life. But so
Okay.
maybe I shall watch the video. So
Okay.
we'll see. I see you have your green screen again. So did you put something wonderful behind it?
Yeah, I'll try. Last video I didn't put, but in this video I'll try to put some different
Hmm.
background.
Now, I really like the green background. I said the last time, I think you look great against that green background. So,
And that's why I didn't change. Actually, I used to change background, but it was looking so nice. So I changed my mind that I'm not gonna change background.
good, good. Okay, shall we start then?
Yes, yes, sure.
So, do you want to
Uh,
read these words for me, please?
yes, recycling, making something new from something that has been used before. To convert, change something into different form. To prevent, to stop something from happening. Waste, an action to use that result in unnecessary loss of something valuable. to reduce, to make less consumption, the use of something. Environmental sustainability involving methods that do not completely use up or destroy natural resources.
Excellent, excellent. Um, and so recycling, we talked about recycling before, and is there a big focus on, in Europe at the moment, there's a big focus on a lot of clothes are made from recycled products. So recycled polyester or different fabrics that have been recycled. And is that widely available in India? Is there a focus?
Uh, I didn't heard about it, but definitely India is recycling so many things like paper, cardboard, then plastic, then they are making paper from pencils and paper. Generally, um, factories used to make it from wood.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they are recycling it.
Yeah, yeah. So a lot of things are recycled now, which is much better for our planet.
Yes, yes.
Um, my children have always said that it's my generation that ruins the planet. So by by using plastic bags and uh, different things that were introduced, more plastic.
Yes.
But I think that when I was younger, we recycled a lot more. Um, when I was growing up, you bought your fizzy drinks in a glass bottle and then took the bottle back to the shop.
Yes.
So
I think it's a good idea.
yeah, I think it's a great idea. But then they introduced plastic bottles and it was lighter to carry and more convenient. But
But it's harmful for environment.
mm, yes, and environmental sustainability is a big thing now as well. And
Yes.
so, is that something that there's a drive for in India to increase uh, natural resources?
Mm, could you repeat one
So,
question?
so the environmental sustainability is not using up natural resources, and is there a drive in India to uh, for using other methods that don't destroy the environment so much?
Yeah, people are doing so many things for that purpose. In especially in Delhi, now environment is so polluted.
Right.
So they are taking lot of actions for it. They are planting new trees, and I think they have put some restrictions for the vehicles. And in other states as well, they have made some restrictions for the old vehicle which make more pollution.
Right.
And I think the technology is also advanced that vehicles produce less, emit less, what can I say, that smoke kind of thing.
Yeah, I don't know. In the UK, we call them emissions. I
Yes.
I don't really know what they emit, to be truthful.
Different gases which is harmful
Mm,
for human being, for animals, for everyone.
yeah.
So India is focusing on more and more plantation.
Mm. And I
And I think then again there was a campaign to save rivers, because people would throw their garbage, or throw after death, people used to uh, uh, mm, mm, I can't say throw, but I'm not finding a proper word. After death, they put their ashes and all those things in the rivers. And then again, in villages, ladies used to wash their clothes in a river. And factories, they outlet their dirty water full of chemical in the rivers. So
Yes.
now it's banned.
Excellent. Excellent. So big changes. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's a very good thing to do. Now, can you match the words to their synonyms, please?
Yeah, sure. Convert already, it's term form. Prevent means avoid.
Mhm.
Waste, mm, use without thought. Reduce, decrease. Consumption, utilization.
Fantastic. You didn't even hesitate with them. I can hardly keep up with you. Okay, so using the vocabulary in context, complete the sentences with the vocabulary on the left. So the
Sure. I want to reduce my plastic. They have been trying to practice. Uh, it could be recycling.
Mhm.
It is important to encourage the dash of plastic glass. Mm, Reduce. It's important to encourage of plastic glass and paper. Convert. It is important to encourage dash of plastic glass and
Yeah,
paper.
it can be conversion.
Convert.
Mhm.
Or and
It
recycling
can be used as
as well,
well.
I think.
Yeah, yeah.
My friend compose her food scrap. It dash in soil for over time. Uh, it convert into soil over
Yeah,
time.
so it converts into soil. And the word here is actually, I know that it is the same ending as posts, but we say composts for
Composts.
this word.
Yes.
So compost is a kind of uh, people take all their food scraps and usually have a compost, what they call a compost heap. And a compost heap is where you'll put any so food scraps or uh, plant leaves, anything from your garden that grows, you can put
Uh,
it.
uh, we use compost manure for our field.
Right, yeah. So there are all different kinds that you can get for that. So
Compost manure is quite famous in India.
right,
They make it from cow dung, then green leaves, and the extract, which is remain from the uh, farming.
right,
So they put it in they make a home, a big, what can I say? They dig the ground and they put all those things together, and they let it for a few months, and then they take it out as a compost manure.
yeah, yeah. One of my friends has a compost heap in her garden, and she's always encouraging us to put our waste there for her to use.
Okay.
So, can you read this piece for me, Shaheen?
Yeah, sure. Many people recycle materials such as glass, plastic, and metal. However, composting is also a form of recycling. Composting is when organic materials such as food and plants decompose into soil. Do you compose? Mm, Not like regularly, but in my school we have a big space, so Definitely, we used to compose the leaves and the garbage which is coming from all ground. We used to put it in a big can, and then we put it in the soil. Means we can use it as a manure.
Fantastic.
In your opinion, why don't more people compost? Because of their busy schedule, or they are not very careful about the atmosphere or our planet, or I think new generation is not much careful about it. I'm not talking about all people, but few of them definitely.
Mm. And I think if a lot of people also don't have the space uh, for
Yes.
doing something like that. I live in an apartment, so it would be very difficult for me to do something like that. I think
Okay.
you need to have your own garden space to do
Yes.
it. But when I lived in London, we used to have recycling. The local council wanted everything recycled. So you had to put your different things into different bags, and you were given a special bin for food. And so you had a little bin that you kept in your kitchen and put any food scraps in it. And then the council took that away to make compost for the whole area. So it's a
It's a nice concept.
yeah, but they would get very upset if you put anything in the wrong bin. So they weren't quite so nice then. But it happens.
Yes.
Now, can you read this piece as well, please?
It's the same.
Oh, it hasn't moved?
No.
Right, let me see. Why hasn't it moved?
Sometime it happens.
Right. Let me go forward one and go back again. See if it will change. No, still no change.
No.
Let me close the lesson and then try to open it again.
Okay. It's something technical problem. It happens before as
Yeah,
well.
something maybe with Cambly. I'm not sure how they fix it. So let me say I want to close the lesson. I'm going to choose another lesson and then go back to this one and see if it actually works. Right. Can you see it now?
Same for me.
Same.
No
Oh
change.
no.
It happens. It happens
Okay.
always.
So shall I read it and then we can discuss it? Would that be easier?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So some people are aspirational recyclers. This means putting anything in the recycling bin, hoping that the people sorting through it will simply take out anything that cannot be recycled. People often think pizza boxes or coffee cups are recyclable, but they are not. Are you guilty of being an aspirational recycler? And why do you think people do this?
Okay. People who do not care much, people who do not think much, and I think lazy people.
Yeah, I think probably a
They
lot of
do.
it's lazy people.
And I think some people just thought that, oh, it's not my work. I've paid for it, so I'll do whatever I want. Means they don't think that we are living on this planet, we are breathing oxygen for free, we are getting sunlight for free, everything. So we have some responsibilities. We have to contribute for the
Mhm.
environment. So I think that kind of people who are not aware of those things, or who don't want to mm, put their attention, or who don't want to do something for environment, that kind of
Yeah.
people.
I think the coffee cups is a huge one because more and more and more people now buy takeaway coffee. There are more shops opened up, more stores that you can buy coffee, and every time you're given a new paper cup.
Yes.
And I know that when I was in London, we don't have so many of these in Spain, in the area that I live in. But in London, places encouraged you to buy a reusable cup. And if you went in the morning with your own cup, then you got a discount on the coffee that you bought. So it was a bit cheaper to do it as well, and which is a good way to make people reuse things.
I think it's a good idea to encourage people to use less plastic, and it's saving money as well.
Yeah, saving money is always a good factor. But you've got to remember when you're working to take your coffee cup home every day so that you wash it to bring it back the next day.
No, we can keep separate cup for our office and separate for our
Yeah,
home.
I worked so I worked in a big business park, and there was a coffee shop on the business park, and I would go there before I went into work. So that was my routine: get off the train, walk to the coffee shop, buy my coffee, then go to work. So I like to be in a in a certain routine to do it. But the coffee
Yes.
shop also used the coffee grounds they used in all the flower beds. So in the business park, there were lots of areas of flowers and things that were planted, and they used the coffee grounds from the machines. Um, I don't know if they made them into compost or if it was just for if coffee is good for plants, but there was something that they did with that as well.
Something should be there.
Hmm. So,
Okay, I want to ask you something apart from this lesson. Now you are living in Spain and you were in
mhm.
London. So what difference you are facing or drastic change in England and Spain about your food, environment, and everything?
Yeah. So,
I'm always curious to know
yeah, of
something
course.
else.
I spend my life on here asking people questions because I get to know things about all over the world, and it's wonderful. Um,
How many countries have you traveled?
maybe 25, 26.
Oh my gosh, I haven't traveled single.
But India is huge. You know, if you come from the UK, it's very easy to travel because we're quite central. And to get to Europe, like if I was to fly from where I am in Spain back to London, it's only a 2 hour flight. So that would
Okay.
just take you to another state in India, not to another country.
Yes.
So, you know, when you're in the UK, travel is easy um, because you're kind of central, and it's also uh, it's a small country, so you want to go to other countries to experience things that are different.
Right.
But so living in London is obviously a very, very busy city, um, but it's also a very convenient city. So everything is on your doorstep. Uh, you have
Okay.
theatres, art galleries, museums, uh, whatever you want is there, and you can eat food from all over the world because it's a multicultural city, and so many diverse nationalities live there. I think there are
Okay.
over 300 languages spoken in London, uh, and that's like
Oh,
from a survey of children attending schools in London. So there could even be more. I don't know, but at the last count, there were over 300. So it's a very diverse city, which is fantastic. But I've come to live in a city in Spain but it only has 80,000 people in this city. So it's very small,
Okay.
but it gets busier in the summer because it's it's at the beach. So living in Spain, the advantages are I'm at the beach. I live beside the Mediterranean Sea. The air is so much cleaner than living in London. What you find in cities like London as well is that because it's large and polluted, if you blow your nose, it's black. And I don't get that here in Spain because I'm at the sea and it's very clean and fresh.
And you means you are getting fresh seafood as well daily. You can swim
Yeah,
whenever you
and
want.
there are great markets here, weekly markets in every different town has a weekly market that sells fresh fruits and vegetables cheaply and really good quality fruits and vegetables. So it's not all prepackaged from supermarkets. And it's quite cheap and reasonable to buy. So I think that I eat healthier here and the air is healthier here.
Okay, and what about like London and America? Means England and America, their culture are so different. Means they give freedom to female, but like India, they do not give us that much freedom. So what about Spain? Is it like that,
No,
or you are completely free to
yeah,
do whatever you want to do, like
yeah.
your country? Or some restrictions are there? Means in India we cannot go out in the evening. Means I'm living in a small
Mm.
town, so many restrictions are there. Means gender equality is just on paper and in talking, but actually in practical life it's
No,
not
no,
there.
that's very unfair. No, I would say that Spain is very women are completely free to do exactly as they wish. Um, a lot of the big businesses and things here are female led as well, and it's no, there are no restrictions on anything you want to do. There are no restrictions, but that's a very European thing. So I don't know of any country in Europe with big restrictions for women.
Yeah, I'm from small town, so I have many restrictions, and now it's like default setting for our
Right,
mind. We don't do
because you've been
many
brought
things.
up.
But in metro city in India, a
Mm,
scenario is different. But we have to follow
yeah.
many things.
No, Spain is a very free country. It did have a uh, very difficult time when it was under a dictatorship, which finished in a.
Who was dictator of
His name was
Spain?
Franco. Uh,
Okay, what's his country name? I think own king of
there is a king of
Spain.
Spain, but at that point the king was not in power, and it was I think sort of the leader of the. He was more of a military leader, Franco, than than a monarchy, and it was a tough time for a lot of Spanish people, and I'm learning Spanish, so my Spanish teacher tells us a lot about the history of the country. So we learn about things
Okay.
like Franco, and they're just unearthing really a concentration camp not far from where I live, where people who didn't agree with the government at that time, a lot of people were killed.
Yeah, I think I read it in history and I heard about it as
So
well.
it's a sad time.
Time is
Um,
running. Time is running. Please send me this lesson in message box. Means I'll
Fantastic.
go through it once again means new verb and
Great.
all those things.
Okay, I'll see you.